This comment was left under my previous video responding to Janie, and Kathleen said, "No intelligent person is listening to this gay guy with a nose ring and blonde streaks." Now Kathleen, can I call you Kathleen? Since you want to have a conversation about intelligence, just know, if you ask me, I'm ready. Since you're so concerned about who listens to me, I slid over to your page to see what intelligence I might uncover over there. And I discovered that you engage in the art of being your own opposition. There's all these posts disparaging black people, suggesting that black Americans cannot afford what white Americans can afford, that black Americans have failed their children, and that multiculturalism is a failed experiment. Every one of those conclusions lacks nuance, historical understanding, deeper consideration, and investigative curiosity. Those are the tools intelligent people use to construct their thoughts, and none of them seem to have been present when you constructed yours. You arrived at the conclusion before you ever became curious about the cause. What you instead exemplify is what Sigmund Freud called psychoanalytic projection, which means someone is taking unresolved conflict and placing it onto somebody else so you can condemn them publicly while refusing to confront what's happening inside of you privately. See, Kathleen, you have become a walking oxymoron. A black woman only standing where she is today because of black sacrifice, while describing black struggles as the fault of black failure. You are so concerned with who is listening to me that you have stopped listening to history, stopped listening to your people, and most revealingly stopped listening to yourself. Then I came across this video.
Joe Biden appears to have been ensnared.
That word you failed to pronounce is ensnared. And I only pause there because clarity matters when you volunteer to question other people's intelligence. But the larger lapse is not in your pronunciation, but in your comprehension. Because you seem ensnared in a version of the present that refuses to acknowledge that it had a past. The start of a new day does not erase the endings of the previous one. You cannot intelligently discuss the present condition of black America while abandoning every condition that created it. Black Americans have not failed their children. America has repeatedly failed black children and then used the damage they inflict to then characterize those very people. An intelligent person would know that the only reason that someone like me can stand here and give you a free intellectual filleting session is because black people, and specifically black women, have stepped up to the plate to ensure our safety and survival through an unconscionable history. And as far as multiculturalism goes, that didn't fail America either. America has just failed to honor the people who actually made it multicultural. And since you chose to use the word gay as though another person's identity should function as an insult, I find that choice particularly revealing. Because as far as I can tell, you are as straight as they come and still have not discovered the comfort of being yourself. A whole person does not spend her peace searching for pieces of somebody else to insult. So you can call me anything you need to call me. I will still wake up every morning clear about what I believe and committed to building my people up. But you wake up every morning and choose to wage a war against your own reflection. But the greatest insult you have delivered is the one you continue directing towards yourself. Because a divided person against herself will always experience wholeness in somebody else as a personal offense. So Kathleen, the next time you want to have a conversation about where intelligence resides, just make absolute sure that the house yours lives in at least has a foundation.